Hi, I have been tagged by Bifrosted Charms, whose URL I really like, by the way, to do what is being called the Accent Challenge, and I don't like that name, and we'll get to that. My name is Jacob. My username is Ocarus, and now for everyone who has been wondering how to pronounce that, you know. It's really common for people to pronounce it Ocarus. And yeah, it's a long O everywhere because it's just the word Scirocco backwards. So it's pronounced accordingly. I am from. I hate this question a lot. I was born in Seattle, Washington, and I grew up mostly in Elk Grove, California, and I live currently in Sacramento, which is a little north of Elk Grove. It's the same county. Yeah, I live, but I've moved every 3 years forever, so I'm not really like from a place, a single one place. It is all in this county though, so I guess Sacramento, yeah. Pronounce the following words: ant, roof, route, theater, iron, salmon, caramel, fire, water, Nolans, pecan, both, again, probably, Alabama, lawyer, coupon, mayonnaise, pajamas, cot, naturally, aluminum, gif, tumbler, crackerjack, doorknob, envelope, and G-poi. And I would like to note that every single pronunciation of pecan or pecan, it's all correct. There's not actually a correct way to pronounce that word, period. Dialect aside. What is it called when you throw toilet paper on a house? I would call it TPing. I know there's another word for it, but I haven't heard it in many years, so I don't remember. What is a bubbly carbonated drink called? Those are sodas or pops. I usually say soda, but it's not uncommon for me to say pop. Also, I just want to put it out there that if you say Coke to refer to all carbonated soft, like, if you use Coke to refer to all soft drinks, I don't like you. It's like using Band-Aid to refer to just like every single kind of bandage. It's only the ones that stick to you of their own accord. I have strong feels about it. You can call like other colas Coke. That's cool. Hey, buds. But not all the sodas. I'm sorry. I feel really strongly about that for no discernible reason. What do you call gym shoes? What do we even mean by gym shoes? Do you mean tennis shoes? Do you mean running shoes? Do you mean cross trainers? I mean, as a kid, we just called everything tennis shoes all of the time, but now I have different words for everything, and I need to know what you're talking about. What specific kind of gym shoes do we mean? Or else I can't answer the question. What do you call your grandparents? They were just grandma and grandpa, like on every side. It would just if we needed to differentiate, we'd say like Grandma Audrey or Grandma Hopkins, or those are the same grandma, by the way. So we'd use and then on Dad's side it was just Grandma and Grandpa Nelson. But that would be when we were differentiating, like at home. With them, it's just Grandma and Grandpa. What do you call the wheeled contraption in which you carry groceries at the supermarket? As a cart or a shopping cart? Yep. Mm-hmm. And then if I'm being Mr. Fat, then I will say trolley. What is the thing you change the TV channel with? The TV channel. TV. And that's a remote or a remote control. Or a TV remote. Or sometimes I'll just make this hand motion until someone hands it to me. Choose a book and read a passage from it. Okay, alright. So I had to go make a freaking decision. I picked this book because all my books I'm reading right now are comics. And so this is the last book in the Second Sons trilogy by Jennifer Fallon, and it's one of my favorite books, one of my favorite series. And it was super impactful, just like on me. when I was a teenager. I read it when I was like 14 or 15 or something, and I'd probably it's a little more adult probably than my mom would have liked had she read it. I don't think she would have let me, but I like it. So I'm gonna read. I wanted to read a different passage from I think the second book, but I could not find it. So I'm gonna read instead the very end of this book. So I guess if you don't want minor spoilers for the end of the Second Sons trilogy, then you should just not. Okay. Jacinta scowled at him. I don't know if I want anything to do with you after hearing you've known all along when the Age of Shadows was due. No wonder Tia never trusted you. What else are you plotting, Dirk Proven? What other terrible plans and secrets are lurking in that strange and devious mind of yours? Don't worry. I plan to lead a very long and boring life from now on. I've done most of the terrible things I had to do. Only most of them? You single-handedly changed the face of Ranadon, Dirk. Dear goddess, what else is there left to do? I want to find out if lions are real, he said. Yeah, I actually have 3 characters named after characters in this book, and I wrote in a similar style for a really long time. It was very... Actually, still do a little bit, actually. Anyway, do you think you have an accent? The answer is no, and the answer is no because I'm currently speaking my native language. I do have an accent when I'm speaking Spanish. A really heavy, probably extremely terrible American English accent when I'm speaking Spanish. The reason that I do not have an accent is because, like I said, because I'm speaking my native language. I am aware that I have a dialect, and it is definitely kind of a central Northern California dialect, although we're so new that we haven't settled into, like, we haven't really differentiated a lot, so it's really similar to basically the whole West and like Canada. We all kind of are in sort of a group together. Give us 200 years and we'll have a definite dialect that is ours, the same way that a lot of the East Coast and South does. But yeah, so yeah, that's why I don't. Dialect is when you're speaking your language. Accent is when you're speaking someone else's language. Be a wizard or a vampire. I don't understand why this is in this particular set of things to do, but definitely wizard. I like the idea of vampire in terms of the living forever and having a lot of time to do things, but also I'm not really outgoing enough to just drink from people, and I would have to pay money like to buy blood from somewhere, and that seems kind of lame, so I'm gonna go with wizard. Do you know anyone on Tumblr in real life? A better question would be, do I know anyone in real life with a Tumblr? Because the answer to that is definitely yes. But I knew most of those people before we got Tumblrs, or before I knew they had a Tumblr, or before I had a Tumblr. So, like, I haven't met any people that I only know on Tumblr in real life, because most of the people that I would only know on Tumblr aren't mutual follows. So, end audio post by saying any 3 words you want. I like pants.